Hello there everybody, my name is Benjamin Vaughn and I am a residential bat specialist here in Ontario, Canada. Now this video is on the basics of residential bat problems. Now, most of my calls are from homeowners who see bats coming out of their house at night, or more commonly, they are getting bats showing up inside their houses. The first thing you need to know is that in Ontario, most residential bat problems are caused by this guy, the big brown bat. These guys are an urban success story. There are more of them in our cities than in the country. By the way, it's really easy for a bat to squeeze into the walls or roof of your home because most houses have many different places where they can get in. Probably the most amazing thing about big brown bats is that they manage to live undetected in millions, yes, millions of homes across Ontario. In most cases, the homeowner is totally unaware of the problem. This is only possible because most of their colonies are quite small, numbering anywhere from just a few bats to a few dozen. Quiet and nocturnal, big browns are also terrible at taking off from flat surfaces, so they generally go in and out of buildings very high up. These things alone make spotting them really difficult. However, most homeowners won't see bats coming in and out of their buildings because they don't suspect they're there, and they're just not looking for them. When homeowners do discover they have a bat problem, it's usually because one or more has come inside their home. The first time it happens, most homeowners assume that it's a fluke and it probably came in a window or a door. However, this is almost never the case, but it's not usually until they get a few more bats inside their house that they realize they got a more serious problem. Okay, since bats don't normally come in through open doors and windows, you may be wondering, how do they get inside? Well, I'll explain, and it's really interesting. One of the most common misconceptions I hear about bats is that they live in attics. Actually, they don't. At least they don't live in them full time. They certainly do hang out in attics and leave their droppings behind, and yes, people do spot them up there occasionally. However, attics are just too hot in the summer and too cold in the winter for bats to live in them full time. Big brown bats actually live in the walls of houses, preferring uninsulated interior walls where there's plenty of space between the studs to sleep, raise their babies, and not be exposed to the extreme temperatures in the attic. Now, there are many ways that big brown bats get out of the attic and into the walls, but primarily they use gaps beside plumbing pipes that run throughout the house, as well as openings into partition walls and gaps beside chimneys like we see here. That usually is as far as they will get. Most bat colonies are confined to living in the upper parts of walls because their movements are limited by horizontal framing like we see here. However, many builders will use interior walls to route plumbing pipes and ductwork to different rooms in the house. So in many homes, the blocking that would limit the movement of bats is cut or removed entirely. Worse still, many modern homes have dedicated walls built specifically to house the pipes, wires, and ductwork. These lack blocking of any kind, and bat movement through them is virtually unlimited. So in some houses, the bats can easily travel from the attic all the way down the walls to an unfinished space like a basement or a furnace room. And the unfinished ceiling of a basement or furnace room is the most common place where bats first get out of the walls and into your living space. And once inside your home, they can easily move from room to room just by crawling under doors. Although a bat can show up inside your house any day of the year, most come inside in July and August. And that's because the hotter it gets, the further down the walls they come. This is also when the bat populations are at their peak, and overheated bats will pop inside your house to cool off. This is also the time of year when curious young bats go exploring and end up inside your home. Many of the bats that come inside will turn around and go right back up into the walls. Now, this is really confusing for homeowners who see a bat inside their house and later cannot find it. However, many of the bats that come inside are lost, and unless they're caught and released outside, they will soon die of dehydration. Ultimately, the only way to stop bats from living in your walls and/or showing up inside your home is to completely bat-proof the exterior and humanely exclude them. However, that subject and more are covered in different videos. I hope you enjoyed this video on the basics of residential bat problems in Ontario. If you want to learn more, please check out our website and other videos. However, if you've had enough and you just want our experts to fix your problem, call or email us, and that information can be found at our website, batcontrolspecialists.com.